Is this the best $50 knife on the market? We're gonna find out. Let's freaking do it. I'm Jeff and I do knife, outdoor gear, and outdoor videos, so please consider subscribing before you take off. Today's knife review is a fun one because its price point puts a lot more people in the market for it, and that is the Civivi Elementum. The Civivi Elementum is a no-frills, straight-down-to-business utility folding knife. It's a bit too compact to be used for self-defense, but many of its design features pave the way for it to be an excellent EDC blade. These include the thin ergonomic handle that provides no hot spots during use and a simple utilitarian design. The drop point blade transitions into an ergonomic handle that seems to melt into the hand. The Texture G10 scales provide ample traction while the deep carry clip keeps it securely attached to your pocket. The Elementum was designed for and is capable of all-day use, and at this price point, man, you just can't go wrong owning one. What a sweet little knife. For 50 bucks, my expectations were low for what this knife would be, but holy moly, has it really blown me away. The thing that really stands out about this knife to me, and you can see that I have the micarta handle version here. I also, let me give you this, love this knife so much, spoiler alert, that I went ahead and bought the blue version. That's the blue G10 scales. This one's kind of a red micarta. And you can see that micarta's already started texture up for me because of carrying it, using it, whatnot. The thing that struck me about this knife is how smooth it opens. Literally, I was seeing how gently I could push to actually open it one day. I was just kind of playing around. It is smooth as you can believe. It just pops. And I understand you can adjust almost any knife and it can be as loose or as stiff as you want it to be. This one doesn't feel like it's loose. It doesn't feel like, you know, it's not like a dangler to where it's so loose, but it just pops. It is just a smooth opening knife. That means a lot, especially at a $50 price point. That is really important. Now, I have carried this, like I said, quite a bit. The few things that I have noticed is the blade, when I got it, wasn't super sharp for me. I've heard a lot of people say how sharp it's been. It's been great. For me, it was not super sharp. I had to put a little bit of an edge on it to make it razor sharp. Again, nitpicky, but it sometimes is what you have to deal with a $50 blade. I don't know that it was a Civivi issue. I think it was just an exception to the rule because I've heard a lot of people just say theirs came razor sharp. The pocket clip is a deep carry, super deep carry pocket clip, as you can see there. It really sits down in there deep. It's gonna melt away in your pocket. As I mentioned in the kind of intro there, the thickness is not very thick at all. Some interesting things for carry purposes. The blade is 2.96 inches, so it gets underneath that 3-inch blade carry for those of you in the cities like Seattle or San Francisco that, you know, you have that blade carry length for concealed carry. This will be underneath that, which is great. What just a really sweet little knife. I wish I could say more. There is some negatives. I always complain about jimping. You'll probably hear that in most of the videos that you watch of mine. I like good jimping. It has jimping on top. It's not great. It's okay. It's something there, but I would say that the jimping could be a lot better. So let's do just some quick comparisons to other knives so you can see size-wise how it matches up to some others. There you go. There's the micarta handled one, as I've been showing. Just to kind of show you real quick, this is the blue version. I got the blue because I love blue, and I don't actually have a ton of blue handled stuff. So I got this one as well, just to kind of have a mixture so I can carry both because I love this freaking knife that much. So let's compare it to a few other popular knives that are out there. Starting with a mainstay for a lot of people, the Benchmade Bug Out. And you can see the Bug Out, how it kind of lines up. The Bug Out's a little bit bigger knife. Blade length's gonna be a little bit longer, not a ton, but a little bit longer. Handle's a little bit, you know, got an overall length that's a little bit longer. Now, I'm not talking about quality here. The steel is obviously a little bit better, or quite a bit better with the Bug Out, but just size-wise for comparisons. Here's and this is a video I'll link to that's a really fun knife, the Mini Grip by Benchmade. So you can see it is just a touch smaller than the Elementum. So another one, if you know your mini grip out there, it's going to be a similar knife probably, and probably similar uses as well. For me, gosh, if I had to choose between the two of them, I might choose the Elementum. I'm going to be honest with you. I love this knife that much. Great knife. Still a great knife. Great option. How about the Spyderco Paramilitary? That's a great little knife. It's a very similar knife size-wise. Obviously a different blade, Spyderco style there, but a very similar knife carry-wise as your Para 3. So briefly, I want to talk about just, again, a few small improvements that I would do to the knife design. It's hard to split hairs on a knife that costs 50 bucks, but let's go ahead and split hairs. So the jimping, I would put a little bit more aggressive jimping on top. This is, you know, it grabs your hand, but I would definitely have better jimping than that, just personal opinion. There's also, as normally you have with a liner lock design, there's also jimping on the liner lock. It's fine. It's actually probably pretty decent. You could do better, but I wouldn't nitpick that really. It would be interesting if this top choil here had just a little bit better spot for your finger to sit in there. It is fine for what you have, but it is just kind of flat. So if you curve that just a little bit, I don't know, it might make it a little bit more comfortable when you get up and do some detail work. It would be nice to have a reversible pocket clip. It is fine. It's a tip-up carry, which is what I carry all of my knives. But for somebody that wants to do tip-down carry or carry it on the other side, it shouldn't be super expensive or work to be able to give you some options on how to carry with your pocket clip. Those are just a few small improvements that I would do. The weight is really good at 2.8, almost 2.9 ounces. So it's under 3 ounces. So it does really disappear in your pocket. It's, take it from me, you don't even know it's there while you're carrying it, which is something that you really want with an EDC sort of knife. I just can't say enough about this knife. But for 50 bucks, is this the best $50 value out there? From what I've seen and put my hands on and played with, I'm gonna say yes. If you have 50 bucks, this should be in your collection. Now, the great part about Civivi and this Elementum is that they are popular enough. There are a ton of different handle choices that you can have out there. So I picked this red micarta, which I like micarta. It's a weird micarta. It's kind of a plastic micarta. It's really strange, to be honest with you. But this blue one, which I got and love, it's a really neat design as well. I'm just looking right now on Blade HQ's website because they have a lot of them. They got black, they have green, there's black blades. It's just a lot of different setups. So if there's a certain type of knife setup that you like, you can probably get it for this Elementum. But I'm gonna go back, and my last thought on this is the same as my first. My number one favorite thing about this knife is just how impressively smooth the blade deploys. It's just crazy how smooth that blade is. You could just tell. You can just tell when you deploy a blade if it's because it's loosened up or if it's because the mechanism is just dialed in. And this one is dialed in. It might be the best deploying knife I have, and I don't want to overstate that. It's just crazy smooth. You know, comment below if you have an Elementum and if you agree that this thing just pops. It doesn't hit hard because it's a small blade, but it just deploys smooth. Love it. Just completely love it. So that's it for this video. Please subscribe before you take off. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.